Welcome back, folks, to another quick tip video. Now this tip is very important. It will help you immensely from becoming frustrated and becoming what the fuck to World of Tanks. Now what I mean is, once you have gold left over from doing missions or buying them, once you have gold left over and you don't want to spend them anymore, such as when I already bought the SU100Y because it's on sale today, I have some gold left over and I really don't want to spend them. Now here's an important tip that I want to tell you before you're going to play any more games, because you might waste these gold unexpectedly or unknowingly, and you'll be like, what the fuck happened to my gold after the match ends? Now what I mean is, when you're playing a tank that has two guns that's very good on the tank, and if you already have presets of how many gold rounds you want to use and how many AP rounds you want to use, once you switch these guns out, the preset gold rounds will automatically switch back to gold usage instead of credit usage. So what that means is, if you play a tank that has two different guns and you switch one of those guns out with your already presetted gold rounds you want, like the amount of gold rounds you want for that tank, the default purchase is switched back to gold instead of credits. Now that gets very annoying if you didn't know that. Play a game with a tank while using some of the gold rounds, and you find out you already waste like 20 gold afterwards. It's just like, what the fuck? So what I mean is, alright, if you look at the T-34/2, I already have this tank. Now this tank has two good guns on this tank. One of these guns is the 122mm. That's the derp gun you can mount on this tank, even though it's a medium. Other good gun is the 100mm. Now once you play this tank, you can have presets with how much AP and APCR rounds as well as HE rounds you want on this tank. So this is already preset. Now I have this in credits. So, but once you switch this gun out to another gun, such as the 122mm, your different presets will take place. Now people want you to check ammunition, so this is switched to gold. Now if I already have presets already, so basically if I switch this out to my preset of this and switch this to credits, make sure you always switch to credits. So that's the first trap. But the important trap is not this. Important trap is not this. Once you already have this preset ready, so if you remember this and click accept, alright, so that's the first trap. So don't waste your gold. Always make sure. Now if you switch the gun back to the 100mm, already have ammo for it. So it will not tell you the service is already complete on this tank. But what it doesn't show you is, if you have the preset on gold, it will not tell you that. So always make sure to change this back to credits. Always be sure, because once you switch a gun out, and it will do this sometimes where you have credits, where you have gold instead of credits on this tab, and you're actually wasting gold per round after you waste some of the gold rounds when you're playing this tank. So that gets very frustrating. So if you switch back to the, it happens sometimes and I get very annoyed. So just make sure, always make sure you have credits whenever you're switching a gun out, because Wargame does this sneaky, you're wasting gold even though you're not when you have presetted guns on your tank. So just be sure, always be sure when you're switching a gun out. Always also be sure when you're switching and buying a new gun on your tank, such as if you're buying a new gun for your Yak Tiger. Like when you're buying the upgraded 128mm, always make sure, even though they're using the same rounds, the same caliber, always make sure that you're using credits. Because whenever you're playing a game that you don't know that you're using actually gold to buy the premium rounds, and you're actually using some of the premium rounds, you can actually be charged with gold, because it does not confirm afterwards that you're spending gold on the credits. So be careful of that trap. That's what I'm telling you. So this is just a quick tip video, but I have experienced this glitch or whatever, trap or gold trap, whatever you call it. But after I play like a few rounds with the tank, after spinning gold rounds, and like my credits will go down by like 60 gold or something. It's just like, what the fuck? Why do I have why am I losing gold? Then I check back onto the service, then I realize, oh shit, I'm spending gold instead of real credits. So that's the gold trap. So just be sure for every gun on your tank. So go to your tank garage, check the service for every tank if you want to use gold rounds that you're using credits instead of gold, because gold is very precious in my opinion, whereas credits are whatever. So you have to be very precious about and be very meticulous about your gold usage. So be very careful. Once you're switching a gun out or buying a new gun or buying a new tank, always be sure to check the service. So that's the very, very important pro tip. Now I just want to be sure because some tanks also use gold rounds, but their gold rounds are not that good, such as the SU100Y. Now, what's special about this tank is its gold rounds are actually worse pin than the normal AP rounds. Now, why would you use a worse pinning gold round? The gold round, even though it has less pin, it does more damage. Hold on, let me look at the gun. So basically, it does less penetration, about almost 15, 25-ish. Did I just say 15? I suck at math. About 25-ish less pen, but it does 70 more damage. So tanks like these are very tricky. Now you have to be very sure that you're using the correct credits if you want to play with gold rounds instead of real gold, because you will get pissed off in the end when you're like, I just wasted like 60 gold on shit and I didn't realize it. So this is a very pro tip when you have gold lying around and you're not doing shit with it. Now, if you're made of money and you have like 40,000 gold like Jingles have, it doesn't fucking matter. But just be sure, like cheapskates like me had to waste every gold to its maximum value. So be very careful about your gold. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video about this very important tip, because I cannot stress how frustrating when I get caught with it. So, but other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed playing this game, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.